Hi everyone. In today's session, we are going to discuss about equivalence of finite automata. Equivalence of finite automata means what? You're going to say whether the given two finite automata are equivalent or not. How can we say that two finite automata are equivalent? We have two ways to say that two finite automata, two given finite automata are equivalent. The one way is if the given two finite automata are accepting same set of strings over an alphabet. If they are accepting same set of strings over an alphabet, means same language is being accepted by both finite automata, then we can say that the two finite automata are equivalent. Then what is one more way? When two finite automatas are equivalent, then if we take one string over an alphabet present in the language, then if one finite automata on accepting that particular string z is reaching to final state means the other finite automata should also reach to the final state in accepting the same string. Then only we can say that two finite automata are equivalent. If we take a string, on accepting that string, if one automata is reaching the final state means, and if another finite automata is also reaching the final state means, then we can say that both finite automata are equivalent. So these are the two common ways. Okay. Now there are some steps which we need to follow in order to find whether the finite automata, given finite automata are equivalent or not. Equivalent or not. Okay. See, we can't check the whole language being accepted by the finite automata always, and we can't take one string and check it, right? So we have to follow some series of steps through which we can find out whether the given finite automata are equivalent or not. So these are the steps which we need to follow in order to get to the conclusion that these two given finite automata are equivalent. Now, so let's see. First, step 0. Let m is your one finite automata and m dash is your another finite automata. We all know how finite automata is represented by 5 tuples, right? Q, capital Q for number states, alphabet, symbol for alphabet, then transition function delta, and then Q naught is the initial state, F is the final state. This is M, and M dash, which is Q dash, transition function dash, alphabet dash, and Q naught dash, initial state of M1, M dash, and F dash, which is final state of M dash. Let M and M dash be two finite automata. Okay, take it that way. Next, step 1. Step 1. You have to construct the transition table. You have to construct the transition table having pairwise entries. Pairwise entries as Q, comma Q dash means pairwise entries means you have to consider two states, right? The first state Q should belong to your capital Q, which is of first finite automata M. First finite automata M, and then Q dash. Q dash is belonging to capital Q dash means it is a state which is belonging to the second finite automata. So first state you have to take from first automata, and the second state you have to take from the second finite automata. In this way you have to take a pair, and for each input symbol you have to draw its transition table. Now upon drawing same, you have to take two pairs. One is from first finite automata, one state is from second finite automata. So you have to find the possible pairs and you have to start drawing the transition table. Now, while you are drawing the transition table, if we get a pair in that particular transition as one is final state and another one is non-final state. If in a pair, upon the transition table when you draw it, if in a pair, if we get one is final state and another is non-final state, then you can say that simply you can terminate constructing that transition table, and you can declare that given two finite automata are non-equivalent. Okay, so while you are constructing the transition table, If you get a pair which consists of one final state and one non-final state, then you can terminate its construction and you can simply declare that these two finite automata are not equivalent. What does it mean? If they are equivalent, you should get a pair in such a way that both are final or both are non-final. Final plus non-final should not be your pair in the transition table. Do remember this point. Okay. So next, step 3. Obviously, we didn't get any pair like that. One final and one non-final. Then, when to stop constructing means if there is no possible pair. If there is no possible pair from the given finite automata, then also you can stop the construction. And if no pair is in such a way that one is final and non-final, then you can simply say that it is not equivalent. If you are not getting any pair as one final and non-final, then you can simply say it as both finite automata are equivalent. Okay, so first let M is one finite automata and M dash be another finite automata. Now you have to start constructing the transition table pairwise, taking one state from first finite automata and second state from second finite automata. Now upon construction, if you get a transition pair as one final and another non-final, then you can simply stop it, terminate it, and you can declare that both finite automata are not equivalent. If you don't get such pairs, then you have to continue constructing the transition table. Now, if there is no new pair to construct the transition table, then also you can stop the construction, and then you can say that both finite automata are equivalent because you didn't get the pairs as one final and one non-final. Okay, so you have to make it not equivalent. You have to declare them as not equivalent only if we get a pair as one final and one non-final. Okay, you can easily understand these steps with some simple example. Okay, so let us see one example for checking equivalence of finite automata. Now, compare whether given two finite automata are equivalent or not. Let us consider these two finite automatas. Now, what is the first step? First, you have to make first finite automata as M and the second one as M dash, right? Similarly, here also I took M is Q. Q means what are the states in first finite automata? Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, and what is the alphabet of first finite automata? C, D. Next, what is the initial state of first finite automata? Q1. What is the final state? Same, Q1. It is the initial state and it's a final state because it is headed with arrow and it has double circle. So it is both initial as well as final states. Next, coming to the second finite automata, it is being represented by M dash. Now, capital Q dash means how many states are there? 4 states. Q4, Q5, Q6, Q7. Then what is the alphabet? C, D. Same. Initial state Q4, final state is also Q4. Now, what you have to do? What is the next step? You have to start constructing the transition table in pairwise. Okay. Now we have to construct the transition table having pairwise entries as one state from M and another state from M dash. Okay. Now from the two finite automatas, what are all the possible pairs of states which we can take? Now see. Q1, Q4 because both are initial and final states and they are having self-transition C and they are having transitions on symbol D. Similar things, you have to observe and take the similar states as a pair. You have to observe and take similar states as a pair. So Q1, Q4 is my pair. Next, Q2, Q5. Q2, Q5 because Q2, Q5 is having transitions on D as well as on C. Both are having similar things are there from between Q2 and Q5. That is one pair. Next, Q3 and Q6. See, both states are having self-transition with D on D, right? So both are similar and they are having one transition with C also. So similarity is there between Q3 and Q6. So that is one pair. So we are left with Q7 in M dash, right? Second finite automata. Now that Q7 is again similar to Q2 only. See the Q2, it is having transitions on input symbol C as well as on input symbol D. Even Q7 is also having transitions on input symbol C and input symbol D. So Q2 comma Q7 is also possible pair and no other entries can be accepted. So these are the possible pairs for which you have to construct the transition table. Okay, now let's start the construction of transition table. Q1 comma Q4, one state, one pair, Q2 comma Q5, Q3 comma Q6, and then Q2 comma Q7. These are four possible pairs. Okay, now Q1 comma Q4 or input symbol C. Q1 comma Q4 or input symbol C. Now see, Q1 on input symbol C, it is having self transition, right? So in this resulting pair, you got Q1. Next, Q4 on input symbol C, again self transition Q4. So resulting is Q1 comma Q4. Now see this, what's this? Q1 comma Q4. How you got the pair? Both are final states. Both are final states, no problem. When you have to when you have to terminate the construction, when you get a pair in such a way that one is final and another one is non-final. But here both are final, right? So don't stop. Now, on input symbol D, you have to see. Now, Q1 on input symbol D, it is moving to Q2 and Q4 on input symbol D, it is moving to Q5. So, Q2 comma Q5. Again, both are non-final states. Non-final states. So, continue. What is the next possible pair? Q2 comma Q5. Now, Q2 on input symbol C, Q2 on input symbol C, it is having transition to Q3. Next, Q5 on input symbol C, it is having transition to Q6. So, Q3 comma Q6 is my result. Both are non-final states. So, continue constructing the transition table. Now, Q2 on D and Q5 on D. Now, Q2 on D, it is having transition to Q1. Q2 on D. It is having transition to Q1. Here it's wrong. Q2 comma Q4 it's wrong. It's Q1 only. Q1. Okay. Now think. Q2 on input symbol D, it is having transition to Q1. Now Q5 on input symbol D, it is having transition to Q4. It is not Q2 comma Q4. In diagram it is showing wrong. Q2 comma Q4. It's Q1 comma Q4. Because on input symbol D, Q2 is reaching to Q1 and even Q5 is reaching to Q4. Q1 comma Q4 you are going to get. Both are final states. Then don't stop it. It is Q1 comma Q4. Okay. Now continue. What is the next possible pair? Q3 comma Q6. Now Q3 on input symbol C. Q3 on input symbol C. It is having transition to Q2. Next Q6 on input symbol C, it is having transition to Q7. So Q2 comma Q7. Both are non-final states. So again continue constructing. Okay. Next Q3 on input symbol D. Q3 on input symbol D. Self transition is there. So Q3. Next Q6 on D. Again self transition. So Q6. Q3 comma Q6 means both are non-final states. Then don't stop. Continue. What is the next possible pair? Q2 comma Q7. Now Q2 on input symbol C. Q2 on input symbol C. It is having transition to Q3. Next Q7 on input symbol C. Q7 on input symbol C. It is having transition to Q6. Right? So Q3 comma Q6. Both are non-final states. So continue. Next Q2 on input symbol D. It is moving to Q1. Next Q7 on input symbol D. It is moving to Q4. Q1 comma Q4. Both are non-final states. So no need to terminate. Now continue. Are there any possible pairs? We have only four possible pairs: Q1, Q4, Q2, Q5, Q3, Q6, Q2, Q7. All possible pairs from given two finite automata are completed. And in transition table, we didn't get any pair in such a way that one is final and one is non-final. Right? Right? In the above transition table, there is no resultant pair in such a way that with one final and another non-final, right? So, hence we can declare that the given two finite automata are equivalent. In this way, you have to find whether the given two finite automata are equivalent or not. I hope everyone are clear with the concept of equivalence of finite automata. Right? Now, please solve these problems. So I have explained one problem and I am giving you four problems. Now, I have with the diagrams and with finite automata, I have given two finite automatas. Okay? Now, check whether the given two finite automatas are equivalent or not. These are the two and one more two. Now, here I am mentioning you the transition tables. Transition tables. From transitions tables also, you can construct the pairwise transition table, right? So by making use of these transition tables of finite automata, you construct the pairwise transitions and then you can find it out. Okay? Thank you.